Badlands Wildlife of North Dakota.
Big game. The Badlands are home to several species of big game. Big game are large animals that are hunted. All big game species in the Badlands are herbivores, planet eaters that depend on Badlands vegetation for their food supply. They graze on short grass prairie or browse on trees and shrubs. Big game. Bighorn sheep, the least common in North Dakota. Euro-American settlers named them rams. Male sheep and ewes, or female sheep. They prefer steep and open land so that it can watch for predators. Bison are part of the same animal family as cattle and goats. Some people call these animals buffalo, which is not a correct name. They are not related to the buffalo family of animals found in Asia and Africa. Elk. Males are called bulls. They make a noise called a bugle to communicate their presence with other elk. Big game. Mule deer have large ears and a black-tipped tail. They have an unusual way of running. They jump into the air and bounce with each leap. This bouncing run is called stotting. White-tailed deer, they are found mainly along rivers and creeks. Pronghorn, fastest North American animal, and use their speed and excellent vision to escape. The buck's horns curve up and back with prongs sticking forward. These prongs are what gave the pronghorn its name. Mammals. As Lewis and Clark observed hundreds of species and animals on their expedition through North Dakota, one creature interesting them. They called it the barking squirrel. It is now known that they were talking about a black-tailed prairie dog. Prairie dogs are rodents. Rodents are gnawing or nibbling animals such as rats, mice, voles, and squirrels.
Move it.
Mammals. North American porcupine. The name comes from a French word meaning thorny pig. The female gives birth to one or two porcupets. This is the name of their young. Bobcats are the most common wildcat. It has spots on its legs and underside. It got its name from its short tail, which looks as if it has been bobbed or cut off. Mountain lion. Other names including cougar, puma, and panther. It can run up to 35 miles per hour, is a good climber, and can swim is necessary. Rodents. The bushy-tailed wood rat is a large rodent. That's because of his behavior. It is sometimes called a pack rat. Ord's kangaroo rat has a very large back, legs, and feet, and a long tail. These features enable it to hop on its back feet and balance much like a kangaroo. Least chipmunk. It is a small, striped rodent found mainly along rock and sandstone formations where they find underground homes.
Reptiles and amphibians. Reptiles and amphibians are both ectotherms. An ectotherm is an animal whose body temperature changes with the temperature of its surroundings. Ectotherms are also called cold-blooded. Reptiles versus amphibians. Reptiles have dry, scaly skin and claws on their toes. Their young are born and hatched on land and breathe through lungs, and they live their entire lives on land. Amphibians have smooth, moist skin and no claws. The young hatch in water as tadpoles and go through metamorphosis. They live part of their life in water and part on land. Metamorphosis. Metamorphosis is the process of changing from larva tadpole stage to the adult stage.
Can you do
Reptiles. Prairie rattlesnake is the only venomous snake in North Dakota. Bull snake, largest snake in the North Dakota. It is a constrictor that squeezes its prey until the victim can no longer breathe. Racer is highly active, fast-moving snake. It can slither at speeds up to 4 miles per hour. The jaws of a snake unhinge so that it can swallow animals larger than its normal mouth opening. Reptiles. Sagebrush lizard is a small lizard that is gray or brown with dark bands on the body and light stripes running from the head to the end of the tail. It lives in areas that have sagebrush and large patches of bare ground. It is also a diurnal insectivore. An insectivore only eats insects and spiders. A diurnal is an animal that is active during the day. Short-horned lizard has a flat body and short legs. Pointed scales cover the body of the lizard. The horns of a short-horned lizard are not actually horns, but rather large, spiky scales. Two defense mechanisms of the short-horned lizard are: 1. Inflates its body up to twice its size to look bigger and to avoid being eaten. 2. It can squirt blood from its eyes. This is meant to confuse predators. Amphibians. Woodhouse toad has a toxin in the skin that makes the toad taste bad to predators. It can even be harmful or fatal, which means cause death to some animals. Plain spade for toad has vertical eye pupils. It can dig deep burrows using its digging spur on the back legs. Great Plains toad is large toad with dark woody spots on its back. Birds. Sage grouse, the largest grouse found only in southwestern North Dakota. They have brown, gray, and black feathers on their tops and sides. Sharp-tailed grouse. Legs are covered with feathers to keep them warm, and their feet have small projections that act like snowshoes so they can walk on the top of snow. Long-billed curlew is the largest sandpiper in North Dakota. They have long legs and long bills.
And we just have to go to 19 and
Birds. Black-billed magpie is a member of the crow family that is black and white with a very long black tail. It lives in several types of habitats, including sagebrush thickets. They build a very large egg-shaped nest that can take up to 6 weeks to complete. Raptors. A raptor is a predator bird and hunts animals for food. Raptors are also called birds for prey. 3 unique raptors in the Badlands: golden eagle, prairie falcon, burrowing owl. Raptors. Golden eagle. The golden color gives it its name. It has a large hooked bill. The long wingspan makes it possible for eagles to soar for long periods without flapping their wings. It can tuck its wings and swoop at speed for more than 100 miles per hour. With its extremely sharp eyesight, the eagle can spot prey from a great distance. In the U.S., eagle feathers are protected by law. It is illegal to possess an eagle feather or any body part. There is an exception to this law. Members of American Indian tribes may possess eagle feathers to use for their traditional religious ceremonies. Raptors. Prairie falcon nests on cliff ledges. This raptor can chase and catch other birds in the air. It can fly at speed up to 45 miles per hour. Burrowing owl. Small brown owls with white spots and white underside, short beak and very long legs. They have a distress call that sounds like a prairie rattlesnake.